Jamaica is a lush subtropical island situated in the Caribbean some 90 miles south of Cuba. Its Prime Minister Michael Manley, who was recently re-elected by over a 2-to-1 margin, has been waging a 6-year battle against poverty and illiteracy in the third world nation. But despite his nationalization of many industries and the institution of what Manley calls democratic socialism, Jamaica's economy continues to suffer. And in recent years, the climate of political violence has cut drastically into Jamaica's vital tourist trade. But in the midst of these depressive conditions, the dreams, belief, and the soul of the Jamaican people have found expression through the distinctive rhythm and passionate lyrics of a kind of music called reggae. And while Jamaica's traditional exports are down, the worldwide popularity and influence of reggae has continued to grow. One voice in particular has risen above the rest, and like Bob Dylan's impact on a generation of Americans, the songs and street poetry of Bob Marley has made him the most important artist to come out of the third world.
This open country.
Bob Marley, the world's leading exponent of reggae music, has agreed to appear in a major free concert to be held for the benefit of the Jamaican people in Kingston on Sunday, December 5th. The announcement was made at a press conference held at Jamaica House by Marley, his manager Don Taylor, and the parliamentary secretary in charge of cultural information, Arnold Bertram. 2 weeks following that announcement on November 22nd, United Press International reported that Jamaica's Prime Minister Michael Manley called new general elections for December 15th, appealing for calm in a campaign so far marked by violence and death. The election will be held with the country under a state of emergency imposed by the Prime Minister in June to counter a wave of gunfights between terrorists loosely affiliated with the two political parties.
Here now is a special item of news from the JBC newsroom. Entertainer and reggae star Bob Marley, Rita Marley, and the manager of the Wailers, Don Taylor, are now patients in the University Hospital after receiving gunshot wounds during a shooting incident which took place at Marley's home at 56 Hope Road tonight. Police said the group was rehearsing for the Smile Jamaica concert when 4 men traveling in a white Toyota car drove up and fired shots.
No, we had just gone through Soldier saying we were starting on Natty Dread.
Natty Dread. So just as we finish the introduction and get into the tune, we're bang bang, and it broke loose.
The men escaped and were chased by the police. Mr. Taylor is said to be in a critical position while Bob Marley was shot in the arm. The condition of Rita is not yet known. In an interview with JBC News at the hospital, Bob Marley said he and members of his group received numerous threats since the announcement of the Smile Jamaica concert.
Going to the kitchen, I feel a grapefruit and all me is gunshot.
So you see any other man that fired a shot then?
No, I never seen no man who fired a shot.
Who else was among the group? You have any form of security at your place?
Well, no, we never really keep no guards. We don't know war with nobody, we just live free. So somebody feel like say the Smile Jamaica concert shouldn't go on, so them try and stop it.
You had any threats before?
Yeah, probably the threats. Yeah.
You know where these threats have come from?
If me know where them come from?
Yeah, you have any idea?
Well, I don't feel I want to talk about that right now still.
See, all right. About the concert now, what you believe about the concert? You think it is on or not? What you believe?
Concert? Well, some of the members, them decides them not go already because them can't understand. You know what I mean?
Prime Minister Manley said in a statement today that he was shocked at the attack on the group that was rehearsing for the Smile Jamaica concert being co-sponsored by Mr. Marley and the cultural section of his office.
Brothers and sisters of Garland's word is love.
He said all Jamaica is relieved that the shooting incident did not result in any fatality, but is extremely concerned over the condition of the 3 who are now in hospital. Meanwhile, the Joint Police Military Command Information Center has reported that an intensive investigation is now being conducted into the shooting incident last night, in which Bob Marley and 3 other persons were shot and injured. Reports reaching the security forces now say that 7 gunmen were involved in the shooting.
Those behind last night's gangsterism wanted to scare people away from the free concert because Marley's music identified oppressors, defended change, and helped people to know themselves.
Political violence has become a very emotive issue in this election campaign. There have been charges and counter-charges, but a far more serious political question is posed by those who insist that incidents like the shooting of Bob Marley is part of a plot to destabilize Jamaica and halt the progress of what they see as democratic socialism.
French don't rock, I say don't watch that. If you big fish on spread now, you reap what you sow. And only Jaja know. I never turn my back. I give the sun a try. Never let the children cry. Cause you got to tell Jaja why. In Kingston 12, in Kingston, don't you know you? Lord, 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 in Kingston 12, no one you for gallant so. No one you for gallant so. Scabba dip, scabba one from Poland. Scabba dip it up, but you can't from Poland. Cause I'm groovy. And the world know by now. Now. One good thing about music, when it is you feel no pain. One good thing about music, when it is you feel no pain.
Following Marley's release from the hospital the next morning, the Wailers scattered and Marley himself retreated to a mountain hideaway to await news of his wife and manager.
They're talking about Bob Marley having little problems last night. Wailers had their share. Every man has his share to bear. You've been doing good all along. Keep on doing it, Brother Bobby.
JBC, the flagship station of Jamaica.
The Smile Jamaica concert will be held this afternoon at 5 in the National Heroes Park and will take place as a tribute to Bob Marley. Prime Minister Manley has expressed his deep regret at the act of terrorism directed against Bob Marley and his associates, and has said those responsible for the act would never be forgiven by decent people of Jamaica.
Although Marley was not expected to appear, the crowd began building early and by 5 p.m. was 50,000 strong. Don Taylor was removed from the critical list and Rita Marley joined Bob in the mountains. With the arrival of a police escort that night and efforts to regroup the Wailers in progress, Marley decided to go down and perform at least one song for the anxious crowd, which by 8 p.m. has grown to over 80,000.
And everybody's a hero tonight.
Well, good evening, folks. I'm happy to be part of what's happening this evening in the midst of so much fear. Right now, I'd like to pay a tribute to a very great Jamaican.
We're coming down with the superintendent of police. We'll be out of communication for a bit, but get the cameras ready. The shooter's arrival.
We have just received word that Bob is on his way.